This story about LGBTQ Christians starts in the cockpit of an airplane waiting on the runway to take off. The control tower cleared the pilot, and she pushed the throttle forward. As the plane began rolling down the runway, the controller radioed the pilot again. "Did you hear me? You're cleared for takeoff." The pilot had been taught not to use the radio during takeoff to avoid distractions, so she hadn't answered. The controller continued calling, clearly irritated. After the plane left the ground, the pilot got on the radio and said, "Why don't you just look out the window?" We see this story in the history of the church. Galileo looked out his window and observed the sun was the center of the universe, contradicting the church's biblical position. Today, anti-gay church leaders supporting their non-affirming view of LGBTQ people with Romans 1, which, if it applies, says we have depraved minds. We're filled with wickedness, evil, greed, depravity, envy, murder, strife, deceit, malice, gossip, and slander. We're God-hating, insolent, arrogant, and boastful. We have no understanding, no fidelity, no love, no mercy. When I look out the window, I see lots of LGBTQ people who aren't any of those things, much less all of them. Think now about the LGBTQ people you know. Do any of them meet the description from Romans? I'm guessing the answer is no. If you think Romans 1:27 is about LGBTQ people, my response is, why don't you just look out the window?